Hello, this is Shan Chandrasekhar welcoming you to another delightful part of our programming. As part of the Achievers series, we featured some of the finest achievers from around the world. We are very honored and delighted to present an outstanding individual. You know, he's an extraordinary divine personality with extraordinary accolades in the field of education, healthcare, nutrition, and social work. He's got a BSc honors degree in chemistry, he's got a master's degree in chemistry with a gold medal, and he's got an MBA with a gold medal, and on top of that he's got an honorary doctorate. We are delighted and absolutely privileged to welcome Sadguru Madhusudan Sai. Sadhguru, what an honor to have you with us, sir.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a proud moment for me too, to be a part of this television network that you have created with such great love and care.
Sadhguru, what you have accomplished, I don't even know where to begin. You provided free education at the graduate level, even for professionals in Fiji for that matter, not only in India. So tell us about that.
Yeah, when we went to Fiji, we found that they were lacking in their skills. They had some education, but that was not very useful in terms of their training. And so for healthcare, we thought, why not we improve do some capacity building and improve their skills. So we offered them scholarship. We said, you can fly over to India, that our foundation takes care, and we upskill them. So also we have children from Nigeria and so on, studying at our institutions and getting free scholarships for their higher education.
Not only in a developing country, but you've done it in a highly affluent nation such as United States of America. In Mississippi, $1 million donation was given for the hospital. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we started working in the US 10 years ago, and while the impression is that it's a developed nation and doesn't need any help, which might be true to some extent, but there is the underbelly to every nation. And when we went to the Delta region, Mississippi Delta region, the southern states, we realized that a lot of people, especially of African American community, are people who have been left behind.
Wow.
And we felt that something should be done about it. And that's how this initiative of providing free healthcare started in a small place called Clarksdale in Mississippi State.
It's an honor to be here this morning to share in this type of moment.
People say, how could it be free? It's impossible for you to believe, but in 5 years, Clarksdale will be known as a medical center.
Listen, the conclusion is very simple. Loving all and serving all.
So we started working with the local hospital, improving their facilities, while we also established a free clinic. Now, when they came back to us and said that we need help, because 25 other hospitals nearby had shut down after COVID due to lack of enough revenues. But they said, I insisted that this hospital should not be shut down. And they said we would need some help then. I asked, what is the help? We need to upgrade our facilities so that we can get patients. And they asked us to help them with their maternal and child care, because that was the need of the hour. So we as a foundation from the USA, we have several foundations as you know. The USA Foundation gave them a grant of $1 million for upgrading their NICU and maternal care facilities. And I'll be going after this to that place to inaugurate that facility, which will now serve so many mothers and children around that area who would otherwise have no other place to go.
Sadhguruji, many years ago, I used to be actively involved in the public relations activity of BAPIO in the United States, the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin.
True.
And I found that the British Association of Physicians of Indian Origin has a very powerful body in UK, and they paid a great compliment to you, and they united with you in terms of supporting your ventures. Tell us about that.
Yes, as I said, we have organizations everywhere, in the UK too. So when we went there, we met people from British Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, BAPIO it's called. And they were very impressed by the work that we were doing in India. They wanted to help us with capacity building. They helped us establish courses like MRCP, MRCS, which is you become a member of a Royal College of Physicians and things like that, or surgeons. And they brought these courses to our university for free. So now these kids who finish their graduation, they can do post-graduation in these courses with the help of BAPIO. So they've been very nice to us. They also are working with us to develop some curriculum for making it industry ready, skill-based curriculum, because a lot of MBBS curriculum in India is still quite old, it's very theoretical. So they're helping us redesign our curriculum as well as the pedagogy. So they're helping with all these, and I hope you could influence API with this, because I don't think we have broken the ice still. We are still trying, but if API gets very activated, I think they can transform the healthcare scenario.
They are a very powerful body in the United States.
Yes.
Year 2026 is the centenary celebration of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and from what I understand, you are planning on a grand celebration for this occasion. Your birthday itself was a very grand celebration. Here is a glimpse of one of the grand birthday celebration of Sadhguruji.
So do stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
Swamiji, please tell me about the grand plans that you have in mind for the centenary celebration of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
Yes, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba is our guru, and he is the center of all that we do. 100th year of his avatar is truly special for us. So we have planned a big celebration at this particular headquarters, Muddenahalli, where we have 100 days cultural event. I think that would be going into the Guinness Book of World Records, that it is 100 continuous days of celebrations from countries around the world. 100 countries are participating.
Wow.
And every day you have a country that celebrates its culture, its wisdom, food and music and things like that, which would be a great exposure for everybody who watches that. That is one part of the celebration. And it all will lead finally to a 3-day World Religious Summit, where we talk about religion from the point of view of humanity, and how every religion has to reinvent itself to become relevant for the humanity of today, be useful to humanity. And that is something that's going to be the last 3 days, culminating in the grand finale, where musicians from around the world are going to play in the World Orchestra. During this time also, we would be inaugurating the new 600-bedded hospital facility that I wanted to convey to you and to your audience as well, that this is by far the largest free hospital in the world.
Wow.
And that's underway. It would be ready before November to be inaugurated in the month of November, which is the month of Baba's birthday.
Right.
And that would serve the whole world. So I want to tell that I know there are people in Canada, in the US, in the UK, they are waiting for their health care for ages because of long waiting lists.
Right.
Or sometimes it is so unaffordable. I've seen it in the US. People have gone bankrupt because of one healthcare bill. So to all of them, I want to convey that this hospital is going to be available November afterwards. And you can simply take a flight, come there and get yourself treated for free.
Wow.
And you can get your heart surgeries, you can get orthopedic replacements, you can get dental work, you can get your eye work, you can do anything except transplants, which we haven't started. But whenever we start that, that's another opportunity. But it's free and it's for the whole world. And it's Baba's gift to the world, that's what I would say.
Incredible. You know, I also found that you've supported fine arts tremendously, classical music, classical dance, and the Sai Symphony Orchestra. I was amazed to see the perfection and the quality of the Sai Symphony Orchestra. Tell me about this incentive that you've given youngsters, and particularly women who've gone into music.
Music is the breath of life, I always say. Art is the society's soul. Now, if these don't exist, then societies don't exist. And you coming from a background of great artists, you can appreciate it truly. But having said that, we started a program for music and performing arts. It's a bachelor's program of 4 years, and then it's followed by a master's program. And this is for the rural kids who can never get access to high-end musicians or such music colleges because it's very expensive sometimes. This apart, we also started Western music, and we started with a small brass band to begin with 10 years ago, which had 30 odd instruments from trumpets to trombones to clarinets to
that is not small.
That's small. Now I'll let you know what is not small. So this is how we started, and all these rural kids would play. Then we got a very good musician from New York, and his name is Dimitris Lambrianos. He's a Greek-born musician. He shifted to Sathya Sai Grama, lock, stock and barrel.
You're a great conductor.
Yeah, and conductor, and he's a multi-instrumentalist. Right. So with his coming in, everything expanded. The idea of a symphony orchestra was initiated, and we got 100+ instruments from abroad.
Wow.
People contributed to this orchestra. That's how we built the largest symphony orchestra of school or college, of a university in the country, in India. And now when the girls saw it, they said, "Oh, you're done only for the boys, what about us?" He said, "If you work hard, then you will also get it." And now they worked hard. There's another 100-piece symphony orchestra that has been gifted to the girls of the institutions. Now they have started learning to play. And you must meet them and see them play for yourself. I know you can see it on the videos, but that doesn't do justice. So these are like 200 kids now pursuing Western music, and they play Beethoven to Bach to pop and jazz and blues to any popular number from around the world.
Music has the power to transcend boundaries, bridge differences, unite hearts, and tell stories that words cannot express. For the first time in Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam, the Sai Symphony Orchestra for Girls humbly steps forward to spread the message of unity, love, and peace. And this is the story of the Symphony Orchestra, a journey of faith, hard work, resilience, and collaboration. It all began with a vision, a dream to empower young girls through the universal language of music. The idea was to create not just an orchestra, but a symphony of hope, discipline, and excellence. This dream took its first steps when our revered founder, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, announced the Sai Symphony Orchestra for Girls during his visit to the Bhagawan campus on 10th December 2023. Following this, the students were selected to be a part of the orchestra, representing both the strings and brass sections. The students demonstrated significant improvement in their learning within a short span of just 5 months. But the journey was not easy. Many of these girls who came from rural areas had never touched a musical instrument before. Moreover, learning Western music with its distinct notation and techniques felt like a mystery. But as it is said, a good teacher is like the rising sun who comes to fill the empty and dark minds with the light of education. Dr. Dimitris Lambrianos, who graced the prestigious stages of the world's renowned concert halls with his remarkable ability to play more than 30 instruments. Despite his international acclaim, he has remained deeply committed to serving his master by empowering these students, not only through teaching, but also by instilling discipline and confidence in them. Thus, the students discovered their talents which they may have never realized they possessed. Slowly, the notes began to come together and the first melodies of the Girls' Symphony Orchestra were born.
So do stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sadhguruji, I've heard of the Toronto Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, the London Stock Exchange, Tokyo Exchange, and I've heard of NASDAQ, various exchanges, but I'd never heard of a social stock exchange. And your Bala Mandira Trust, apparently you created to join the social stock exchange. I'm fascinated by that statement and the concept. Please elaborate on that.
Sure. Prashanti Balamandar Trust is our main trust in India. We have many sister trusts also. And it so happened that Indian government launched this social stock exchange. This is something that exists in other countries too, with mixed success. However, in India, when they launched, their idea was to encourage NGOs to list there and get access to retail funding and things like that. And also, governance and compliance issues could be dealt with, because there are a lot of submissions, a lot of reporting that happens. Not many kind of got excited, I believe, in the beginning, but slowly the traction started. So we also decided that we should go and list on India's social stock exchange, which is for largely social service organizations. And it did two things for us. One, it brings a lot of visibility and credibility to the organization, because it's thoroughly checked. There's a lot of due diligence that goes in, like any other listed corporation. So it's as thorough as that. So that kind of sanitizes everything and makes us very credible in the eyes of the investors and donors. Second thing, what it does is that this is not for religious organizations. Many times people think we are followers of Sai Baba, or I am myself teaching spirituality. So our NGOs or whatever trusts we are running are religious trusts. We have a religious agenda. And I keep telling them it's not so. For us, religion is simply selfless service. And God is selfless love. But that doesn't cut much ice. But social stock exchange, what it does is that it does not allow religious institutions to list. So the moment Prashanti Balamandira Trust got listed, it also helped us clarify that we are not a religious trust, we are a social service organization, non-denominational. So this is why we went to the social stock exchange, and we raised the first and the largest IPO kind of a thing. It's called zero coupons, zero interest bonds. But that is what we raised. We raised 18 crores for our new emergency department in the upcoming hospital.
My God, fantastic.
And that was the largest social stock exchange, fundraising so far in India.
Sadhguruji, you are creating so many medical professionals in India, in your universities, in your medical colleges. There are so many graduates. And it's really amazing. Canada has got millions of people who don't even have a family doctor. There's a tremendous shortage of doctors in this country.
True.
Like, is there any way you could negotiate between your university and tie up with the Canadian Medical Association and the medical facilities here, so that some doctors can come and serve in this part of the world and then still go back and do their service through your organization? Is there any way you could explore?
Yes, of course. That's exactly why we were working with BAPIO in the UK. They have created this program to have our doctors and nurses come over to the UK, or the UK based doctors, nurses go to India and train and teach. So this is going to help, because we said the whole world is a family and everybody needs to be looked after. So I hope that we will be able to produce very good quality doctors, nurses, paramedics whom we can give to the whole world. And yes, if we can work officially with organizations that are in charge of people's health, then we would do whatever best we can to bring the right kind of people to this, to Canada or even anywhere else in the world.
We have a huge audience who are of Indian origin from around the world, and we reach a fairly large audience across the country here as well. I remember you're saying, in one of your quotes, that we are modern and we are ancient. Very interesting. How does this apply to people of Indian origin outside of India as well?
Yeah, I think your branches can be outside, your roots must still be in India. That's how you can still be the old Indian, yet be the new modern Western. So your cultural values, Indian values, they should not be sacrificed in the name of modernity or westernization.
Right.
So I think that is where the roots are the reason why a tree stands. The deeper the roots, the taller is the tree. So you can prosper in any part of the world, you can branch out to any continent or a country, but let your roots be in India, let it draw all its sustenance from the Indian values and ethos.
Sadhguruji, it's such an honor having you with us, and we would love to have you back on your next trip to Canada. Please visit us here more often now. This country needs you as well.
I'm sure we would love to come back, and it's a great country, it's a multicultural country, and I look forward to coming back, meeting you again. But from my side, I think You are doing a phenomenal job to take our culture, our traditions, our ideas to the whole of the world, and especially in Canada. I think somebody has to do this, and you've done that for so many years. I believe 25 years of being listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange, and that's a milestone. I know this is not an easy job, and it comes with its own challenges and difficulties, but you have persevered. So also Ms. Jaya, your better half. I truly congratulate you for what you're doing, and I pray and hope that you would continue to do this for all times to come, and may this channel do much, much more for the cause of good entertainment and responsible entertainment and spreading the good word like what you're doing today for us. I'm sure this will inspire many more people to join some cause like this or with us to make it even more for more people in the world. So you are doing great service, and I'm very, very thankful for that.
You made my day, and you made our day, and on behalf of all the staff and people associated with the production of our program,
Thank you.
we want to profoundly thank you.
Thank you,
and,
thank you.
know, and we have no other words to say. We're tongue-tied.
Thank you so much for this.